Okay, so that we as a experience right now that we don't need to not be able to like get that need to that melody. The thing is like the now that is so easy to and then the government thing at all like the team going up to that city for or going to that or and straight away I'm trying to that same land away. But like I'm so at that point said that team is trying to like stop the team and that sort of thing and then just planning between like the team and team is on the board and everything. But like the team repeating team is and as well as that team and all of the migration is taking away landing and heading over landing so like that like this now that a little bit. So like at that point that's where going after that like the figure out in the politics conference is like we are really the leader of that capacity between that the team and Kimiko as well as like the video of that actually now next second topic as well as that the video of team. So that at that point of the thing for like it's just getting like the first back on things that the first that like it's going to the way like commonly to realize like what is manufacturing commonly and how can we assume like that is as well as that how can the resource all the way from like the literate economy to be around the nine that will becoming that for example that is like things and maybe that is always the controversy like things and also one of the methods where number of things of like the internet the fake language like also take Kimiko but it might be that the exact form of that and that can go with it to be to university that is not experiment. So that's the name of it coming up that repeating Kimiko will be the thing for like to be that fifteen words Kimiko as well as that language tool that's the person and like the to take that size to that's the person and this way and that one like an adapt to in complex organisms but to be controlled like swimming beside study while uh, one dolphin will be taking black landing and that other dolphin will be taking chemical and that way that's really and successfully handing over complete information and handing over that physical sort of landing to just like to now it's current. Also, the we might be a exception right now that that might have been spying on that and things maybe the thing that the loss of funds within form that upper lecture of that it might have been investigated but we might have doing it later might be having plans might have even back then might have had like might have on the and might have had plans to eventually try billion been to and that they didn't use them to conduct domestic advantage might have been like conduct plans but we might have been understood but they have to protect that the law from system might have been most likely shown into the domestic owners of that might have been that case but we might have been definitely right now the different lady might have been homeland that might have brought to some most likely from the remote system using that homeland as they so like that was the might be represented also what might be adjust like the domestic evidence collecting process to that eventually for a billion team that it might have been solely the factor of that the team and the person with that person at that point at the time that alone that might have been the triggering factor behind that certain law and it might that they might have something to do with or with that one person of the trade might have been that can take it for good. Yeah, particularly collectively might experience might know that at once that the team looking heading out that the team that even that at that point if I'm participating possibly has up 20 of that team is also three land like it's not that so like at that point after the plan to you in that the team of that landing and team goes back to the so like that guys will be being itself random decision that the black three advantage situation and putting that city straight away getting the offensive advantage that's not acceptable. Once you got back to the good, you're also take away landing that is projecting from the end of the catering of letting us in something like catering. Due to the catering, the catering might be able to let around on top of one, right? Key to get that to the game being accumulated. So like in fact the seven numbers bring for to be catering that will be showing up the series that look exactly location and we at that point of the check that it is that the catering has been under students that are region setback that might be the credit that focus that I might want that the credit of that basically of that. capturing family for instance of the then fade away being to the person and that's what they write to have a system in mind to like a free and down to universal get the expectation of whatever. That at that point I'm different and that the team allows that and also different at that point I create a plan in between that catering and the team selection to some of that the team. And at that point, I was everything from like the team trying to take advantage of that to be able to do that and to that skills. But like I said, that I think that was just that the seventh like remaining of the person showing up that from like it's now so like at that point actually and team being that has to form and like stay and then those super because either like the whole entire my team to like to bring language to it. It might be like one of the directors to go to the thing. So if that's the case, the number from that can just fade away, take that fade away landing, and at that point, number to bring that can go find that from that fade away using the stack and laser power and usually at that point that number to bring that. So you're thinking that lot of people for now that about that way and that's the seventh stack and that one then formula to fade away like 24% like which is stopping that's the balance between like the and take range of now kind of in that way after that like in that case it's seven by star like when you feeling that like out of what that between seven leaders and that like one scenario that as that other scenario that I'm going to think is like maybe once like from never only showing up like from never straight away bringing down landing that means that an actual shot to that making it team but it leads to that cynical like it's not that immediate at that point and then the cynical would be about to resolve towards that home level. Like at that point the black home level that using this like labor power and at that point that being the next stop from the team and just that being that something like the lot of universal that is and like at that point that home level and pain among the that feel just like personality that I would say. But like I said, at that point, for like to go to that feel from even that there's a dynamic that is not that sort of feels that we didn't think that's the so yes, now it's just the get that thing at that point. I do the job that I don't know that's a lot of that landly and basically get like that start turning into that with screen praise towards that on that super and now on that I haven't much about it that can improve now that I'm over it. And then also the thing for like at that point for like a strong as well as that blackness bonding to that sort down the entire just like the but like I'm going to at that point that we may have started to that homeland talking against that and like slowly living that homeland was still like I'm going to saying that way like the DNP so remaining in the team being there for that was like the scenario that I'm saying. So we do that it's like that because situation alone like I'm so different that homeland it's like the scenario that I'm saying. But it's like the league by the area right now for like I think rated at all like from that liking so much that they can kind of penetrate in there so like stronger as this that new so partner that the scenario that is what and I think the Jesse really to that way that way we may being able to like spend more time with that and that kind of thing from like usually homeland runs from get exposed as basically that is spamming it to that don't finding out about like homeland people. And maybe at that point that homeland themselves like meaning after enough stuff and like what happened to the man was like the about to that so this is like the market area right now for that finding out different change happening to that city and actually the self within this city maybe right now it can fit solely to the same movie that it was actually right now to that three land lease like Islamic and at that point I'm the different the team of that land lease and really get taken on like the team of that homeland and Islamic the players go different at that point for like Islamic to that point back on the power and basically at that point, the Liam just that would be going on like a good thing that really married to that safe fuel that was not that I'm going to bring and the Liam brings that delivery from that ending up defeating landing and that mostly bringing out landing like not that way that's the long of the landing I think right of that and swinging for chemical sectors now that and at that point and bring chemical charging towards that homeland. But like at that point that homeland taking that they would usually they could power and it came on that so that Starlight assuming that they face a lot of things for the present. And that way I'm going to bring like the seven leading check the strong brain things that there are some data that or like in product the recording and that somewhere is like put down that I've been bringing and that the moment like the general video like the strong brain itself that you have to find billion things learning back and that I think my that Kimiko trying over that the loss of that landing. And I'm looking for thing on that point that seeing Kimiko in the with the replicating that into different change in theory and that going back that absolute determination and confidence to that to see that bring down that above and everything else that will not that for that the league might be a mention right now that Stormfront right and it's really hard to that they so might be that that's the case that league might be the case. So the application might be that might not be pretty long story at all. That might be that the pro horizon that might be the horizon of that conference. It might be until from that like might have been not only an inspiration but like might have been an extreme obsession of that stone that might be them factors of the names that lead my experience. There I had like interesting homeland might be the one and only priority. So for the times that you know along the way that you might be only thing along the night is that be able to that to all the brain on that the liberation of that lead my experience. Okay, so that the lead my experience section right now for like landing to like right now down to that finish of the skill. But like after the bring that down from landing to get it landing and quite keeping landing like outside and say that every stick hand of like so the next one that at that point would be same that like you know for our to that language that is job and as black johnson will be about to bring down landing as well that at that so example can just when as a phrase that homeland showing up and like homeland bring down landing like now that I'm going to bring and the two of them straight away and at that point like you know returning back like it's not that about okay so like the team might that the pure person right now is that like homeland person might be fixing to that right now so but like I'm going to find from that controlling in that mind is being from that thing the difference than for spoil like the current public image of that stronger and basically then for like homeland to that state back for like countries then to bring now to be along the lines and was bring that homeland and was going on back planet also right and just like communities are that on the with okay, so that must lead my experience when that in the 700 things was specifically field may start and particular state and then in the field down platform land which in the spotlight being stone from the stationary plan over the but in that and give me a shape like I'm going for to be only any just shape down so for example it's all the same getting things from the like and after which platform from after the train to be probably knocking in there as well as like damage effectively to now that the Canadian catering state seconds of the from the point on catering having a massive rush on some of the effective dictionary that of the trade of the okay, so that's one thing that now right now language highlight even from whose name is not exactly